number of foreigners as well, with Chipizeze, the Zimbabwean, in goal. Banda from Ed. And an opportunity tonight to see Jomo Sono back on the big stage. Goalkeeper tonight for Cosmos is Chibwe, of Zambian descent, born in Rustenburg, played for Platinum Stars. Previously was in fact used a couple of times in the...
This is how he sounded when he spoke about Ukekana.
Ukekana impressed at the ABC Motsepe playoffs at the end of last season, signed by Cosmos, but 20 points. 12th place in the league, and that's already 19 behind the leaders, Stellenbosch. Well into the second round.
Down Bedlam.
Remember, tonight there's also one league game, Mamelodi Sundowns and Amazulu. At the centre-back position, just signed from Mbabane Swallows in Swaziland. There have been quite a few players who've been snapped up by NFD clubs from Swallows of late. They've got a couple who've gone off to Mbombela United and Kweli. So the South African clubs watching the success of the Swazi team in last year's CAF Confederation Cup, where they made it through to the group phase. First
Swallows, something that hasn't happened in quite some time. So that's just so where Mbabane Swallows are at the moment.
Which is your old club, William?
Manzini Wanderers.
Ah, yes.
Oh, the Hub Giants.
Now out comes the keeper. Defence gets there first, and we will have a first corner for Jomo. Gets caught. Clean up at the back is from Banda. Makume forward. That's a great ball, actually, just skidding away on this.
Of Ivorian origin. And I'm sure those who would remember him would have featured for African Warriors from the Free State. He's another that has experience.
Yes, Cosmos. Inviting little cross, no one gets onto the end. He'll be 37 in September, which means for next season, if he's still around, he can change his number as well.
And I joked with him, funny enough, to say, hey, when are the...
Mahaka dispossessed. Here come Cosmos. Ohizu. Good running here. This might be a chance for the shot. A little hasty in the execution, but they made some space, and this Kakana on the right-hand side.
Believes now in anticipation of what is more likely to happen in that game, because it will mean, if he wins, it will mean 3 on the trot, or 3 wins since arriving. It was really a key member of the squad last season, particularly. He really contributed so much. The right kind of contact, that's good enough.
Someone got a touch along the way, so corner it is. Now, Guy gets a little touch in there. Turns possession over. Looking for the men up front. Masuku. Great shot on top. Or spotlighted Hanamup on the left-hand side of Cosmos's defense. That's where Jomo saw him. In fact, 94 was the season that they came straight back. So since 1994 to 2019, that is a longevity from Mbombela at the beginning of this campaign. So I suppose that'll bring back a few memories.
I mean, I'm looking at the time. It's only 10 minutes into the game. That is in the first half. Sometimes I think
good running again. Well, there's been a little...
And of course the goalkeeper, half for him. there something like that?
I will stay out of that, sir.
Running away.
I remember the last cup game Baroka played. They ended up lifting the trophy at the end of the encounter. Now they are under threat of being eliminated somewhat embarrassingly in the first round of the Nedbank. Hamstring injury and Khuchane on in his place. An experienced player.
Well, he's almost the size of Jomo now, if you know him to be, or how he was like in the past. He's really picked up some weight.
In Denmark, in Venezuela and Panama. Just needs Mongolia to add to his list of exotic destinations. There's a real journeyman footballer.
Those type of attempts from some range.
Now here's a chance for Cosmos to get a second. A little more calmness from Masuku, and that might well have been
that Chippa United. There's a little bit of rush in the way that they get into the front foot, but also the decision making. It seems to be a rushed one when there are better options to still maybe spray the ball a little bit wider.
Pitch at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. Fitness, though, is going to be a little bit of a issue as the game continues.
It was my worry that this is a little bit too open.
So, second change. Chinyengetere from Zimbabwe is on for Tsidiso Pachi. He's from the champions FC Platinum, who missed him against Orlando Pirates in their Champions League tie in Bulawayo just a few weeks ago.
And if he's playing at that level, it brings a Champions League experience, CAF Champions League experience, and that all to have a player playing at that level. And in fact, I think Zimbabwe as a country has contributed so much into South African football as far as the quality of players that they're bringing through. So I won't be surprised if he lives up to expectation.
It's very well to keep it in play. Chipizeze, another Zimbabwean. Goal in South Africa was, of course, Bruce Grobler. He was at Durban City or Durban United in the old days. What about Jaffet Parutsa, Bloemfontein Celtic?
It's one of those that would have remained from last season.
Nelson Mandura is the first contribution we've got to Zimbabwean goalkeepers who played in South Africa. He was more a backup goalkeeper.
As a player, only when it kicks in that you feel, hey, I've been killing myself here. I mean, the width or the size of the pitch is one area, but the tempo with which Baroka are playing, as you can see right now, I think...
wins the ball back. And another Cosmos player down on the ground, feeling the effects here. Looking for a little bit of respite. Baroka are not going to allow it. Marubanya forward.
And alongside him is Caesar Lamini, former Swaziland international.
Former Swaziland captain, you should add, William. Khuchane. Chase inside. Khuchane gets it square, but it's into the side. Keeper did well to also clear it away. Not in front of his own goal, but out wide.
But I thought, you know, regardless that it came from his own defender, it wasn't flying past him for him to expose, even from just all the ranges. They're sitting too deep.
This will be a first run out in Baroka colours for the game against Cape Town City. They're using the opportunity.
No, there was a defender on the far side that I think hit him onside. Yes, might have been just about.
Well, we mentioned earlier Cosmos might be ruining one or two missed chances. It's certainly the case for Baroka. With under 20 minutes remaining now in this Nedbank Cup first round tie.
By 5 goals to 1 or 2. And that was the last game Joe Frickleton was able to coach. In fact, if,
I think he had to leave in the boot of a car.
yes. So you can imagine the pressure that was I was facing for your debut, going to where Chiefs lost.
And who scored the goals?
Black Sunday.
Yeah. Cosmos's goal came on 30 minutes. You had an hour since then. Baroka be knocking on the door. Oh, Captain America, Captain Swaziland, they say. That's on Sunday, live on your World of Champions, a good precursor to the Super Rugby season. And the draw, of course, the Nedbank Cup draw Thursday night.
Do they have your size?
They don't, luckily.
So
Khujani over the halfway line, come Baroka.
exceptional Lebai. He stood like a rock in that center of defense, just snapping up all the, and Baroka, I'm sure also they try and push for the Talcom.
Masuku's going to shoot, blocked. Well, that's a good point you make. The curse of the cup, I think, is growing. Free State Stars, Ned.
Cosmo.
Yeah, they go! Chance to finish it off, surely! Keeper's out! Still a chance. Keeper comes back, the ball is loose. Masuku, heavy first touch. Surely would have got the communication from the referee.
Some of the Cosmos players still making the way back from that action. That for me is another point that maybe these young stars can grow quickly. These are desperate times and needing just about every possible brain power to use every advantage.
Instead, there are 4 players who've moved forward here into the attack. Well, you never know, it might deliver a second goal. Referee's looking at his watch. He's not watching the play, Mr. Nzanzeka. That surely means full.